pese me do wo ko eyinum kakra hwe before 2017 na emra ya didi wuntumi enayi nanka samra ne diwa na ukọ efiase for 3 years maximum 3 years. Now Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ebaye no in 2017 ena obeka se wasoi ekun ewo galamsey so and wasoi se ekun wo galamsey so se de be ya Ghana fo be hu no se why serious no ena okom na hye bedwemu se sa emra na obi busu a okom for 17 years no se emra no ebe ya yensisem Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo asem ena making enti wo call parliament ko ya an amendment to that particular law ayen for 3 years to 15 to 25 years na 3 years maximum ena Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo call parliament eko sakra mrenmu ayen se enipa sa mra no be chi obia no yemfa wonko to afiase from 3 years from 15 to 25 years and yen kan na 3 years maximum and Nana Addo be sisa na go 15 to 25 and a judge ni hwe so no instead of 25 years no ma won't me 20 and now no emra na kire say wo yes abone na one kokura yama ukura 15 but me mani muru 25 years nso ana judge na yen say we try to 20 but when you know same when you know kwa ba nyina no the president of the republic then Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eko program bi ase ama sa program no empenifo a edi nkomo ho no ekobo galamsey insem no so akire se untumi aye galamsey a woni nsusu yemu no omunum se sa galamsey no ebetumi aha adwene satam na MPP wa bem temiye satam no na MPP wa bem na Nana Addo Dankwa responde anase o kasa no kasa o openyi chairman na aka bibi na wo pese wo chirem o be respondo onya mani nsi wa. So the president took a decision to respond to what he believes the chairman has said, and he believes na enye no kre yenti Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
I respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Further, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has, through the agency of the Forestry Commission, with the assistance of the military, made the effort to cordon off all 294 sites of forest reserves in the country and rid them of illegal mining as we speak. We will continue to work to ensure that this situation remains permanent.
Enti Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo no ena obeka se Akonta mining die see ebeka se Akonta mining legal mining or si sune ebi currency krada Akonta mining wonye illegal mining wo ba bia. That was before now the minister in charge of lands and natural resources aye Abujinapo eba bontin on the back of a documentary Erastus Asaredonko ye and obeka say the alleged mining activity a ekoso ewo forest ni mono. he can say on authority as the minister wonu and sign agreement say there is no such, and any alleged mining be a ekoso ewo forest is an illegal activity a ekoso ewo. He has not sanctioned or signed any licensing. Edi ma wuntumi se ebia wuntumi emfa nkonko di djuma ewo forest o. Ene court akwa sitina ama akwa ko ba ne se wo pani ni no ma okoye ewo forest wo no ye gina so de ebu na tan di na akwa twiri mu aban kukum. Ye nim se heden politician bia de echi na obeyare. Nti ye de no ko do prison hon kwa de obeyare ama ye de na ba betu hospital. Because can say won to me yakwa mu say so yare o say den ye chi ne de ne ba ye friends we yoku obeyare ye chi ne de ba yoku obeyare. Opie na feni na wusu sa na edi na ko prison. Emrenin krabia na bechere. Because the ekika kono. Me say the ekika kono. Enti nanado besisa emrenu na emrano asachi MPP ni ya. Eno je maminka bibi emfa enchiro. Onim se emra na MPP wa bemu. Na omo pass OSP bill no. A former minister in charge of lands and natural resources, Honorable Fuseni, Ekasel, say mo pese institution no independent nkwade anka that power of arrest no yen from nsem ade said they will not be able to prosecute want to me arrest ni ade ema as at that time now the MPP for na wa ben mu no kase oh NDC for na di bone NDC for na yese interim special prosecutor no bet me arrest kukuru ya pass bill no in its shape and form as it is no I don't know on the call ya and they OSP ba ye NDC ni bia won che no nanso MPP fo nkwa na ye chichichi omusa MPP fo nkwa ene ye chichichi omusa enti emra no ye kwako dani ni in a term of say ebetumi achi ye opponent ube wiase no na opponent no na anche no na wumum ana ababe so kon enti ye adwin so galamse ye babe hwe 2017 ye hwa ma se be ye na do kosise mu na achi wuntumi enti ye nyina ye hwe ni ye. But we also need to tell politicians that enye say obi ye boni ni ye china obi akwa ko di boni ya chise ni pakro no enye se chinchin mo bana mo bi so oye party ni penti ye ba be kan bibia chese boni no kura wani ye ti kroma ye nyina ye ka bi ki kan wo mu a se de ekoi anya de papa abotre ntubuase mo anfa ya asem anya asem anane ya sentencing no. Now I'm even saying say your sentencing Master, if you have any appeal, go to the court of appeal and start the processes there. Start the processes at the court of appeal. O ba bontin be ye de na nipa no so twirim de no twirim. Chairman court ta free from ho nyina amfa. Enra bakupa wono chama wuntumi kura fa kwan bi so gene no ma bi a akatwia no kura wontumi antwia ba mbesi ne papa no kura 3 years ya ma 20 years no frame me o say dachi 20 years de ebi wo mpa o even though say chama wuntumi abuni bukata fa ni agene no ma apu na wontwi aka no he still feel that 20 years is too much. That is nipa for you. He doesn't wish. Say na tanfo kura be ko sanso hwenim. What man say on wish say na tanfo ebe ko sanso hwenim. And this MPP for no will be as quick as possible. Muntua na mono mun court. No munyai tobe no. Aden kroma yenim. Say chairman to me edina kotwe MPP for bi kwa no mu ta kire kwa yeni yodwe mu mpia no kogum ye wi ani ababa gina bontia tete yeni asiti say we are sympathizing. And them the politics are more but one year careful and this also serve a deterrent to abayan otiswi munkrofo mugum 1 year careful. We MPP ni didn't know. Oh, Mudia, Mupa, and Anthrophobia, and our 2 forces is not releasing the money. Yamin pen na ye mo dum se watumi aboamu. Nyame and I adum se watumi aboamu a but this a year first scanning nyina mamu anka we betiti ka scandal said this scandal anka mumu you are candidate of jail anka mugugu. Yenye careful. Ntiene wako kutwirim. Mo bekwa kwa apeli a munkonkwa apeli na munyi no. Ene hia. Why? Ene hia na munyai se ase ye friends Crocodile de John ni aba bontin ni aba kasa ni aba bontin ni aba kasa no. Oba bontin be kasa e die pa na atumi asesa ewo mu. Oba bontin be kasa no e die na asesa wo mu. Mo be bibi abo papa na munye bibi emfa mo ano. Na asem emfa na asem enko.
88.3 FM, setting new standards.
And ebusia everywhere so mama mo wure mu quickly na me ne wu eni nkomobi sometimes ye nyina no e wo se ye check ye ho eno enabua ema mamu no etumi ekoso na ekoso yie ye check ye ho a eboa ye nyina ema ye tumi esanu nomem ye twimpanyefo adwen gina so na afei o matumi abobra no maboni yie unim say one of the institutions ya tumi abo omo abaso pa se omunyuma ye de hwe omunsa na omatumi aye ni yie no baako a good board. One of the institutions I assume matumi aye omo adwuma yie pa a good board. Good board eho ena Sami Jemfi edano. Orasam Jemfi eneye the CEO of Gold Board. Nanse muano wonse watutwa na mombia ama we ane amano something million. We amani amano something million. We ni amano something million. We ni amano something million. Na Adam Fasa documents we etu sumame. Now, we share the Gold Board Act. Section 42 of the Gold Board Act, say the report by the Gold Board for the purposes of transparency and accountability, the Gold Board shall publish every quarter report on the following on the website of the Gold Board: the operations of Gold Board, revenue accrued to the Gold Board, contract entered by the Gold Board, expenditure of the Gold Board, the responsible sourcing and traceability of Gold Board. This is section 42(1) of the Gold Board Act. And I can say now, okay, say you did Gold Board a buy, you know. Now every year you were 4 quarters within 25 years till Gold Board, no. Sometimes you say you be running in ama Gold Board, ababe Gold Board. Now 1 quarter no e can expire that. Enti womu esi mu 2nd quarter omo de buy. Enti usha the other chart no so a efo na wo de eno amame. Usha the other chart na ubehunu say on the pages, you know, on the Gold Board page, you know. Last year 2025, inti ubehunu April to June 2025, omo publish the report, you know. Na afei wababehwe September, that is July to September 2025, the report you publish. And afei October to December 2025. And also we publish it. And it's a wosha emrani dia section 42 ni dia. It mandates Gold Board to make sure say we publish the report on quarterly basis for the purposes of transparency and accountability. I was also publishing. So it is not or say for the purpose of accountability and transparency. The Gold Board shall publish. So it is not optional, but it is mandatory. Looking at the wordings of that particular session, or see the Gold Board shall publish. Now we are in 2026. The American chair no the Gold Board omu websites. Now, this morning, I've had the reason to visit the website one more time to check where they say omo publisher now from January, February, March, April, May, June, July. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. We are in the 7th month of the year. 1st quarter, there have not been any publication. 2nd quarter, no. And the 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, you publish it. And we want to inquire from Gold because say also be information be about Gold Board. Na bia what me gina so e dia ka asem, what gina so dia educated the people of Ghana. Na e was say uko mo website no, na based on the website no, what ko akwa he. And no say nkrofo yi omo dwuma omo ye weni and so far. And these are the reports that are accruing to it. I am on the Gold Board page and Mashe swa ko aye biribia komwa ora sami jenfi. We are not seeing the report, but the law that govern your institution also mandates you say ube publish that report. No? Probably there's a reason Krontia Yenyam publish it. Can we know? Can you bring her to speed? The operationalization of the gold board for the first second quarter of 2026. Please, can you inform us? Can you give us a bit of information as to the operations and the contract so far that the gold board has entered into, just as section 42(1) a mandate will say was what is it? And our platform, so there have been an issue in relation to the website. And now said there is something I had betu Abema Ghana for no already setting alarm. What is really the issue? We ought to know. We are the people of Ghana. Your taxpayers' money. The edibo home bra and to be bienia was a word to me church. And then your friends, the Bank of Ghana, the Abasa say no, gold body na sa pre-finance no the man said to gold nya they no. He said no so we twem we jai. And so what we will all realize is the losses of gold board will sit in gold board's book, and after the losses of Bank of Ghana will also sit in Bank of Ghana's book. But you contribute your quota to the development. You ought to publish it so that everybody say, okay, when you and yes, sir, people are saying, say, you ought to publish amount to me under section 42(1). Eka say you ought to publish, is a must, shall publish. And the publish here, we have every reason to question it. We, as I'm making, there is more to it. There is more to it. Now, yebesre ora sam jevi publish the reports ni nyina yenya the opportunity of reading. And yes, I be a nanti aba office nso na the amaye nso so a and so yeba bagia kan. But as we have it in your laws, in your act that governs you, yente say mo ya amendment to that provision. Munya amendment in India, yebesre. We need you to publish it so that yenya yebehunu the echo. Because my chair any more team. Me manya any information on gold board that discusses gold board issues. It is on their page. It is on their page. But I've not seen it into ye name the echo so. And obianso nya na bi so beka ho nsem. And yebesre. And so ras am if you were adawoma menim say wutie kro bi betia ka akire. I beg you, we've done with the second quarter and 2026 from January to now, no. Per your section 42 of your act, and when you publish here, the reports are not out. Let us have the reports. This is what the Ghanaians are calling for. Now, there is something that is also crippling in the NDC. Now, the MPP for nya, but the NDC for no enya huni. The ministers of states, ya famua. Mu PA for na mo say na this is my PA mu dinam mu PA for no ebe gua ban no mu PA for no ombe gua ban no because yeti kroma PA obi kwakwa ko hu CEO bi or kwakwa ko hu minister bi the PA is demanding say was say your man is cancer, and some of the PA are still Time to the extent say wakwa koji $500, $1,000 ama nipa kro no kro this can man no kro sa recording no kro no sebi ebru sebi enya do esane say sebi eti bonko so nti ono kro onim akripie wura Jubilee House ye kwa ko hu asumasi we o se utue we ansana sadie na mo ye no MPP for buy here cash for seat buy here ye tete na mo aba mo PS no they are doing it minim se mo na mo ama mo sa kwan no so mo nya de mo ye ne ya but your PS are doing it. Your PS are doing it. And to move back ni ye minister CEOs nya de move back ni ye ayo ya se tufu enti ya tufu no enti a ede be kwa enti ade ya tufu na so wenti a ede be kwa enti ade tamu PA ni atati $500 $1,000 ansa na mekoko hu sami jemfia mekoko hu edugia mekoko hu we ya minister we energy minister lands minister na nkrofo say edigi ska no mo be careful. Mobeye very careful that the PAs of ministers of state agency heads your friends CEOs managing directors and then almost PAs are now demanding money from people and suddenly you have access. Munye very careful. Munye very careful. And all these CEOs, MMDCs, your friends and ministers of state, all of you should look at your PAs very careful because omudi nimguase baba sanya mo no that opportunity so mo so emfa ho fanya saade na mo hwe mo yie because omudi nimguase ebebre mo egu aban no mame fa basobody ene emfa enko enfama the management a war tour. I think say say nipa ya dia wasa ye when you na yen so and say anything tour the management the current management of tour I think say they are doing very well. I was say to me ebo mo abaso omo beji adwuma no omo aye adwuma no ama at least ye nim say profit abaso ama na se me no kase ukopie mu ewo to a 1 million barrels of crude unu say papers ahodo no bi di buy ene ye di akwakomo omo ebe refinery nanka Ghana yankasa nso yatumi enya ya de but omefu no ekodu anase crude no kodu ho no the CEO ya combat edi nkomo yentie ne kakra na afi yemra betranse eni nkomo.
Today beside me is the captain of the vessel, MT Apache. We are so grateful to His Excellency the President for promising the people of Ghana that he was going to link the upstream and the downstream together. He promised that he was going to give Ghanaian crude oil to the Tema Oil Refinery. This is not the first time he's done this. He did this in his first term in 2016. And coming back into power, this is the first time he's giving the Ghanaian crude to TOR. We are happy to report to everybody that the president has fulfilled his promise, and there's 1 million, equivalent of 1 million barrels of crude in MT Apache. They're about to start discharging, and then the refinery will refine it for the Ghanaian people. So in the few coming days, you have your Ghanaian crude turn into petroleum product in your vehicles, in your various cars, as you cruise from Accra to Kumasi to Takoradi and Cape Coast. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your continuous prayers for the president and Ghana. And also I want to thank our Greek brothers. They've brought us good luck. They've sailed this vessel safely here. And I was just telling them that MT Apache is about to become more famous. So thank you very much for the hospitality. Thank you very much. Thank you.
See, that is TOR Mpenifo and Apache for Omokita the vessel the vessel no etumi aseli ababedura na crude no omunsa aka benane de amaye ebompa yeso metumi anane ye na kofa profit aba serebe asa profit no yeso yebetumi ati ho emfaso amanta na babekanza Bashiru
Dachini
boko de
ya biadom bia boko
ndc ni mu boko
ebuso ni mboko ya ninam pimpion mine ko krakra
katanga crown
sena mo pen na
sani ho pen no ye pen
na for pen na sani pimpion ko nti edanyame asese nyame di enko ache na yetimi asabe cancer as about 3 weeks now I haven't been able to appear on radio here mesako North Kakra nti ya saba be twad dwumadie no so nti ebeda etiefo nyina ase sine omabotre inimdia ya omode kan ho da bi dra da bia ebe tena ha bia no mesme sa da wo producers nyina ase Ghana by impanyifo nyina right from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono and we choose a lot of appointees almost pretend to over sectors, ministries, agencies and what have you. Yadanasi say what me ato no choose a select omo mu wonim die omo timi edi edwuma no abato omo ho omo ye ne yie. One said achi I say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama reshuffle no kra no I say a problem amano because it looks like all the people are and KB obese someone obi a yard nti it is becoming very difficult for him to do some reshuffle.
But so no cuz I hint say
yes,
the reshuffle is coming.
As for the hint, you know he's hinted this some 3 times. I think this is about the 3rd time or hinty. But sometimes when you see obi say okay onya dwumani ye obehwa na oye ne ye. You know, some time ago we were talking about transport. We've seen that nowadays the transport issues has come very down. And nyoma air koso and some other sectors but you realize that things are moving on well in all those sectors now. So it is becoming very difficult for the president to pick somebody out of position or their mano currently. That is what we want. At least when we have the people working hard and we have the people having to know what they are doing. A day in Puntu be Ghana mai. Na yina benefit from all those things. No, I think that is what we want. We want that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama should be able to reshuffle. As for that, so that Nimdi Obisu wano obetimi adiaba.
It is gradually creeping into the NDC. Ministers, appointees, CEOs, they are peers. Are beginning, and we have seen some cry and capture me on video. Obi pese ebi Obama antana wa ni PA to me charging $1,000, $500.
I haven't heard this.
So the video will come out too very soon, and you will see the person have been recorded.
You have the video?
Yes, the person have been recorded.
All right, I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that too. Maybe but I'm
just
maybe it's a gist you are giving me,
drawing your attention to what is happening.
But I haven't heard it, and I hope it will not be true, or I hope that maybe say on Bakrokra Ajibibia, then because Obi Peso Kohuno boss in Tina or Jisabi Chrono. I just hope that it won't be so, but I can't sit here and justify it since I have said that. Me so honestly, this is my first time of hearing this thing. And I'll be happy. Maybe you program now with me, catch me, so I'll be very glad.
So I will tell you. Just that.
Yes.
When
we are done, you can kindly let me know where the matter is happening. In Tidachi, we will continue to encourage all appointees. Bomba baso. Bomba baso no so mamu tinye kese emma adwuma no embe dududu wa mutiso. So musa na yɛmfa mpia ɔman no nkwanim kakra At least the resetting agenda no. Yeah, to so. Nyoma ekosu ye kakra. Nti ebe koso amagana for abotre na wonya right from when we voted in till this time, and you are seeing impact in the development of this country. I think they should continue to have that patience. Currently, as we speak, the economy has at least changed from what it was to another 10. And urban infrastructure, you see all over the country, at least in your course our country, infrastructure-wise, things are going on. Recently, the Minister of Education has also promised that very soon there will be a lot of teachers' courtesies in some other some places.
The promises, promises.
No,
you see, if you don't say it,
yes.
If you don't come to tell us, but you come to even tell us when some are on the foundation, some are at the lentil level. You see, we have seen politicians in Ghana for a
promising
while.
a lot. Right?
We want to see results.
That's fine.
So sometimes you see things are ready. The minister has not gone to cancel, so the project is not ongoing. Build the thing. You can even be building it and go and cut a sword at a different place. When you cut the sword, the buildings are
springing up.
Yes, and that's people who are benefiting will now come and testify.
That's a nice thing to say, but when you meet the press, when something is even in the pipeline, you need to mention it for the listeners to know that this is what you intend doing in the near future. So I believe that is why some of the ministers or agency heads, boss and humanity, because at the end of the day, some questions will come, and some journalists, they will ask questions based on the manifesto that we sold out to the people of Ghana. Mostly they want to inquire and know what has gotten to where we have gotten to in a certain promise that you make here, which of course a way you manifest to them. So when the question comes up, you don't expect the minister to be mute about that. The minister will tell you, this is where I have gotten to. And I was happy that he was very honest to us. He was very candid to us, or catch it, say some of the projects are there is because he hasn't gotten the resources to start it. That is why he has not started it. It isn't like it's not within the remit of, it's not within his plans to make sure say no money because why a year. So all these things nature say he's committed to making sure that the education sector rebounds and then reformalize for us to move ahead.
Let's look at the elephant in the room. The big matter the High Court decision on Wontumi.
Yeah.
After the decision, there have been so many commentaries.
Okay.
The MPP held a press conference, and they are putting that on your doorsteps, saying that it is the NDC that decided to say jelly Wontumi, and you have succeeded in jailing Wontumi, and that they were going to take the appeal approach to make sure that decision of the High Court is reversed, and that they regard Wontumi as a political prisoner rather than somebody who has committed. Indeed, they have said,
okay. Dache, answer never cause I would want to remind listeners, anytime a topic is presented to us, you make comments on that topic. Mostly, many Benghazi Netanaha. Benghazi will find means and ways of bringing in Galamsey matters. And then you can say Galamsey D will chrome her, Ghana her. Galamsey is killing people. In fact, just this Saturday, I know a particular platform, so I catch us, I'm off on talk on Tebrium because Galamsey Nuntin, I'm off to do some better contemporary. Nyadwa, I'm off on Tonyadwa because they are afraid some better Nyadwa. That means that they recognize the fact that Galamsey D will chrome her. And we as a political party, not only NDC, MPP promised to fight Galamsey. NDC has also promised to fight Galamsey. MPP said they have fought Galamsey in their own way. They have introduced a certain policies on the combat Galamsey. NDC is here. We say we are fighting Galamsey. We are fighting Galamsey. And we are introducing policies they fighting Galamsey. So if you look at it, it is something that Ghana for Obia fight it. civil societies are talking about Galamsey. Enye my way mu. And the manner and way omo ye country way mu. Galamsey is 1 year in country yempe. So if you look at it, everybody is against the issue of Galamsey. Now, when somebody is engaged in Galamsey, now say a friend saying law nature. Why then would somebody come out again and say that the person is engaged in Galamsey, and then they have given that person a prison term to go and serve, and so the person is going to serve a political imprisonment? Where have you ever heard that? Now we ask ourselves as to whether or not Wontumi was engaged in a certain thing called mining. I don't want to go to the legal mining or the illegal mining.
So the party, according to the party, say, mining, but he has the documentation that allow him to do mining. That's what the party says.
Yes. Now, they say they want to go on appeal on the matter. Why don't they keep quiet and go on an appeal? That's why the courts are there. Say, Munko appeal. So if you know that you have a justification for which you are going for an appeal, just keep your mouth shut. Go on an appeal. When the judgment favors you, then you carry it away. But you don't go around making noise and telling us that you are going on appeal. Of course you can go on appeal. Nobody prevents you from going on appeal. It's within the remit of the law. Say lower court called Diasema Wasema na Enyaoda, Obetimi Akosora Akoma, the next court no, the higher court no, they can even overturn it, or they can maintain the particular ruling the lower court has given. Now, the legality of Wontumi and the mining. When you read the judgment about it, there were 3 things that made me who judgment. But aside from that, Wontumi was given a jurisdiction and some acres of land to mine within the acres of that land. He went over the acres of land to mine. So I said this example all the time. Some of the new FS studios were Mao said, do your mining here. Now, cross at the co-producers room where you are engaging in illegal mining. True or false?
That is right.
Now, we ask ourselves whether or not Wontumi did that. And it's true, Wontumi did that. Wontumi went beyond, baby, I demand to say, oh, mine no. Yeti Kromha. And our own minister, former Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Abu Jinapo, commented on it. Okachere said the way Madam Wontumi is doing his mining there, it is against the laws of this country. It's against the framework, the limitation of the law. It is against it. Wontumi wasn't practicing the mining the way in which Onono Castle Mukoye mining. But he went ahead and he was doing that mining. President Akufo-Addo went and justified the kind of mining he was doing. The people at Samaboy, and then omu complaining say, some water waste now. Baby and Siono Fano. They went ahead to block those rivers, so that their excavators, equipment, bit mafaho ako baby amoya mining no. Is that what the Mining Act said you should be doing? To block mining rivers? Is that what the Mining Act said you should be doing? Today, when you go to Samaboy are experiencing flood that ever since Samaboy started in this country, they have never experienced anything called flood. Today, when you go there is flood in Samaboy. And we are alluding that to the fact say where the insuna ya efa kono amoko block sanction in tieba na a split it. So now Samaboy, they are faced with issues of flooding as we speak. Hundreds of houses have been displaced. Hundreds of houses are being scattered all over. People are being displaced. Among for that, a common among for food and cocoa farms and all manner of farms among for today as we speak, you won't go to Samaboy and get those farms again. It's Wontumi going to feed them. Oh, today MPP people are saying that Wontumi is more important than the people of Samaboy, right? That their source of livelihood has been curtailed because of Wontumi's activities. Now, Sani Pakurawe, their question is only 20 years of prison. You say that because on only MPP back Ninti, You will sacrifice the people of Samara Boy for Wontumi.
But they've told you, sir, there are, as we speak, there are people who are also engaged in illegal mining. Or set example.
They haven't. I'm coming.
No,
I don't even want us to go there because you will change the discussion. You best start discussion. Let me tell you something. If you feel that, sometimes I'm happy that you how do you call it? That you are also you are also a student lawyer. If you feel that Obia Dibone, you can be a complainant. Anybody in this country, depending on the matter, can be a complainant. You know that. Mm-hmm. So if MPP, anybody has any evidence that shows that those people that have mentioned their names are doing anything called illegal, you can forward your evidence. Send it to the attorney, and when you forward the evidence, Attorney General should prosecute them based on the evidence you have forwarded. Now, if the Attorney General says that no, and now you see that the Attorney General is relentless on his duty, you can send it to the public. You can bring your evidence to the public so that the public will see it and then chase the Attorney General to do what is expected of him. But you don't sit and fold your hands and say, let's go and pick somebody and go and imprison the person when you have not shown any evidence. Your friends, evidence, you are still challenging it. Not to talk of somebody you haven't shown evidence. What are you talking about it? Now you're doing some who come once or make us, oh, they have done this and these are the evidence. When the General Secretary was talking, I was very disappointed in him. He's not a lawyer. So a lawyer. When he was doing it, Nami Makuma, you know why? I thought that he was coming to show some evidence, a bit denting the image of the government. He came and made empty press conference. All I heard was they are going on appeal. They are going on appeal. And I was asking myself, if you are going on appeal, go on appeal. Why do you come to announce to the public, say, we'll go on appeal? You are going on appeal. Is it my business that you something has happened and you feel that it's not done well and you are going on appeal? You can go on appeal. Nobody prevents you from going on appeal. The court system in this country now is transparent, plain. NDC for crowd the NSEM at the court. NDC leading members at the NSEM court. I'm a court who could do assembly 80 We never saw that in MPP. You saw the data under MPP. People didn't want to send their matters to court anymore. But today, people want to send their matters to court. People believe that you can get justice in court now. So MPP, any point in time, you can always go to court. Just as you were saying, the law is always the law. When you go, the law will judge the matter as you want it to be. And you look at the judges there. Now you yourself, you feel that no, with logic, reasoning, and within the remit of the laws. So they can go to court and do anything that they want to do there. And we are not saying that they should go to court means that we are going to win and this is going to win the matter. They can go and this will lose the matter. Or the government will lose the matter. And so they should feel free to go to court. Now, that's it. We were talking about, and this is men diverted conversation. We're talking about issues of this Galamsey issue. In any case at all, one, Wontumi had no right, in any case, had no right to give that plot of, that land to any third person. The law is clear on that. The Minerals Act tells you what you should do if you want to transfer a lease. Which person will you lease? If you want to transfer it to anybody, the Mineral Act tells you what to do. We saw that in this country when Daman wanted to transfer their lease to another EMP company. We saw what happened. We saw the process that they went through. Did Wontumi go through it? No. Wontumi further followed or the papa or the assassin man next on the third person or din kai ebuan money can you excavators and the core assassin so omukoye Galamsey. One of their defense was that they were going to plant coconuts on the land. Who could plant coconuts on the land? Excavators now the call. In any case at all, when has coconut plantation has become an issue of national security? in this country. Wontumi wrote a letter to the Western Regional Police. Say, Ombe provide security and massa guy. When has planting coconut become a national security matter in this country?
First, mama.
And some now MP before can you now look. They can say anything you want, but just as we've always said, the law is always the law, and we will follow the law to the latter. That's what we want. You see, if you want to be fair to the people of Samaboy, you need to condemn the activities of Wontumi. Now, people are also talking about the jail terms. It was under MPP that issues were engaging in Galamsey and what have you way. It was under the MPP that they sent it from. They picked it from 5 years.
It was 3 years.
3 years ago.
Yes, then on amendment in 2017, from 15 years to 25.
To 25.
Yeah.
So no, to 20 to 25 years. Like
no, it was the maximum was 3 years jail term. Then the amendment as at Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo time no Osoa Ekun against Galamsey no. It is not punitive enough. Nti yenya no minimum of 15 years, maximum of 25
years. Exactly. So it is under their regime that they sent it there. Now, so if the court, or let me say the Attorney General is able to bring evidence showing that Obiankoye Galamsey, how many years will be the minimum years of the background? 15 years. The maximum will be 25 years. Ben. So if they are giving the person 20 years, what is the complaint about?
Ben, money. Boko there. And I said, "Enya boko kura."
Yeah, bana baby. Kofi Kinata said it is finished. When you say my say yesterday, I hosem. And pay my minchia na minchia with you for. Baby, we feed Kokudro. And pay minchia Council of State member for the Western Region. Era Dr. Maxwell Boache. Will be a friend of Palasco. In fact, Oshesa Enclave Honum na Galamsey Kosopa and a chieftaincy dispute and so hopper. But Dr. Babe, Council of State, no, baby, I know him from Mokonto, Bini Ubin Casano, Wakomunesi. As you see, I know I am for Nina Como Abuma Mopesa or Motion or Mopeja, Western Region. And the Oyanes or Co district be a school, say, no, a picky Kulano. Na Odiomakwa, Aqua Safari. So Musumunku who the way a nature, nefe etie. Inti se obi babe dada one me say, Ometuni enya BBF Galamsey nimuna, a so mokano muse. Galamsey no ne say, Babia Omoano. Omoko Aqua Safari, she the way uncle and any G. Dachi. Any ahokeka omuhu diane chese emwane you know that's one who say Dr. Maxwell Boache say yenyina yetanechi. In fact,
Palasco is a good person.
He's the only Council of State member.
I think he's the youngest.
Yes, youngest. Oye Juma both NDC MPP nyina Obia Bonabaso. So
Palasco they are the recently na me friend on family call
but Oshe the way Papa no NDC ni MPP Obia kan ho asem na say ye bono na chidom ye piano man ko nanim enye me hu say china bi no tumi siesie no hu ye tene wa start here the guy or a young man say no betumi aba be your man penny na mpai bonus ye the time nachi ti ano prebe bi openi no we bia no ye bechia no na mechia era Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia baby openi we bia no ye bechia no ye chia era John Boadu so baby openi we bia no ye bechia no dachi Andra sema ekopie mu court no. In fact media na nyemi hu say Ashanti regional chairman of the largest opposition party ANPP no bekujio media na nyemi hu because na NDC mpanimfo no kura aka so won to media or yet dan or bekoji. In fact, ushe social media post full soldier say kano na mpanimfo so eka. Na media me hu ne say won to me any Yewura Mahama ntokwa wo mu ntem dadada. Se obekai Mahama part 1 Yewura Mahama she won to me excavators over 50 excavators so obekai Emma adiene ha Yewura won to me papa na we na yesu ye ba power no ono sunya tumi kakra no o kan sem bia na nsem fata e de fa man panino enti na ohwa utumi wo so obi o mabɔ na to hono dadada ena nyame ncha de nyame ato o man pani Mahama nsem wasa so abenya tumi bio enti oba benya tumi no na ese ofa kwati kwan bi so e de yede epe won to me edene chefom
Yenjina wukaso wafa kwati kwan so
because Andra Mandan Numreno makinkan all the 59 pages of the judgment. Say Amanta nan kinkan won kinkan obi bia otie me bia no.
Oh, me have taken the trouble to read it.
Obi bia otie me bia no. Mon kohwe judge ni report on pages 45 to 48. Na mo kan na sabonti ase a sebi o obetumi afred achi wa hanom ye wa hanom ne be pensem mo. Look, dachi enuoma ekoso no SNPP fo nyina ho se nipa no de bia no odwena adwene paman no de adwene pehia wa ode adwene bonisia wa so so ye dey utu hofo ye wo kroma hanom na NDC MPs binom eje double salary mebo a okay den o man panini kai o man panini no tena akonya so Yewura Akufo Addo den o kai also for the sake of coexistence no sanu oma na mpanimfo na ye no yemfa anya den yemfa nche omo mebo a inti o man panini otia akonya so me de anya me hu na judge kura watumi apam judge a whole chief your friend is saying Chief Justice wapamono na what is won to me wapamono na won to me there so ye yikura we nani so but say ye kan yi hu se o man ye chichire ensama almost won to me aye nyina no okinkan judgment na me de sene ye mehu no ne se ba bia won to me ye mfom so no ne se o de asase ne manipa kro no wan communista wan kwankɔbɔ amane say asase amode ma me say me fanye reclamation me di adan obi say onhwe no onye den ondua sunkubi na onye process no won't me boni awaya no ma ba be rent dan me tua ho ka nyina ena dan na ma ba be rent no ifira sise me tu afidan ni mu a membebo onu Yewura na amane mebo a na onhu de we a obeye den so odi misika be ma mi onfa misika ma mi o obehu de we odi dan ne be ma rent am obi foforo what you say ameso me time nso ye na eja me kon me say menya ba bi foforo a me kon ti amanta na ye madam fu nti amanta na nkonkɔhye dan ni amanta na kɔhye dan ni mu a ohonom da ko ana Yewura ne bae oba betu ohun se enya me na metena dan ni mu no obi foforo na te dan ni Yewura ne se mabumbra so me se mete ase ba pa se Yewura betumi akasa ne dan no de maame no tiles wo mu nyina metutu tiles no dan ni mu kitchen cabinet ni ade nyina metutu akoton abra na kitchen cabinet ni nyina ne tiles ni nyina ye intact de na kire se Yewura ne pese odi me bone wontumi na asem nyina ni
Oshe the reading of the judgment per there's a yina wokan page 45 now wokan or say lack of specific penalty now Oshe paragraph 2 now or say as the above PW2 prosecution witness 2 or say the reclamation is constitute a contravention of section 59 of Act 703.
Clear.
Or say, however, there is no specific penalty for the failure by the person to register or obtain a license or a concession before providing a mining support services to a mineral right holder. Therefore, PW2 reclamation exercise satisfy this essential element of the offense under section 92B and 99(2) and B of the Act. You have Wontumi, who, for me, at the time, I felt, say, if you look at the case near the Atunesono, vis-a-vis the argument or court, because it's a criminal case, it is a strict liability and not a vicarious one. So you are looking at it, okay, it is proved beyond reasonable doubt, and the evidence that was led, it should go as much as to say it is Wontumi who committed the crime and no other person or committed a crime. No. So one would have thought that evidence, I was a judge, but who see the cross-examination, which I have taken time to read now. So what say obi nkonko dua kube. Nipa ne kwa dua kube o. Concession wo dia ma obi so nkonko dua kube o so. No problem. But answer na ubeye reclamation exercise, the reclamation exercise is also governed by law. Second, untumi nka say makati ose kodua kube na kube ni nyini na se yeti kube no. Na say yedi obey asika be free mo aba na yedi betua okay. When you say this to a judge, what do you want the judge to do?
Say omo agreement is an agreement, and the judge as to whether or not no honoma no you no and only ye mini pa cronin shishe. What did they make an answer? Even more damning is 48. Page 48 now, paragraph 5 be honor. But look, I am not so. Let's not go into so much into the judgment. What I'm trying to say, me Pacho, you have not read the pages.
Who told
you? 59 pages. Emu Indian Hawkinkai.
Me kai.
Who started and Emu Indian Hawkinkai.
I was speaking based on the judgment.
And then my very sober. I don't want any ABR.
So now what is it?
What is it?
I was speaking based on the judgment.
Look, what is it? Is that? A pure vindictiveness. President Mahama, are very vindictive or pretentious. Or you know who saw so many many idea. Look, Sagalam saying some President Mahama crack us on one banana appointee so more galam say. My Attorney General, the Assembly Mayoku, Ekusi saying Abanga, any your friend is saying Joseph Yamin. Anyone Monkwa.
But you have somebody like Erastus Asaredonko who says, look, the evidences are clear. I did a documentary on this. Ama, the minister in charge of lands and natural resources, Kraba Bontim Bekase, they won't to me a hono. It's illegal, no more money licenses be. So if or no aye na minister no the licenses and the man or see on my licenses, it tells you that what we are doing there is illegal.
Oh, dear, sir, won't to Mrs. Yonkoji. Near or mining and say,
or mine bay.
No, near or mining Sician and say, sir, the sword of justice, no, is a tra left and right. A tra right on Kwan and try because we know, say, Attorney General Art Director say, Joseph Yamin or your national organizer of the NDC, and the first or the second vice chairman of the NDC. Banga Yakubu, they are involved in Galamsey.
I don't know. We should investigate. There's an allegation of Galamsey involvement. Let us investigate. As all investigative, we have evidence. That evidence cannot proceed.
Erastus Asaredonko video call around a constituency chairman of the NDC who call a soldier for. So my bomb constituency, Eba Bechi Galamsey for
one country. Yes.
And what do you make of that?
But no,
Acquire or call Rastaman all around here, your friend Amaru Shako said, you seen on video say MCs and DCs are involved in Galamsey.
Yes, he's come to apologize that he never got the information right.
No, that is not right because he has been coerced. That is what this government does.
So that one you need to give an
Look,
evidence.
and I make sure I say, yes, Andrew Akrampo, there was a video on his wall. You can go and check. Look, Galamsey now omo yeno. And why do you? For the very first time, now Konongo Munya Galamsey or one more pathway be bisa. This time they are doing Galamsey. Oko Bono, they are doing Galamsey there. And then schools, BBC, every sad documentary, and then school echi, and omotu Galamsey. Ko Abomosu police station echi one, omotu Galamsey oh. Nina under this government, and the president says he's aware. What is the president doing? But because I only want to me was semintino. Oh, but near Kobanina, Ghana for Meba somewhere. Ghana for. Omo konkom nyina oma ye nyina ehyo motrim because aban we na kwa akoyete amanta na papa etena konya so a onu tumi dim atemba mimi dim na tem dia na aba bechime.
And you are by chance saying say wontumi onye bibia, but it is because ye person ye didn't too month in ye didn't
wontumi boni a mesi wontumi boni a waye no and na okenkan contravention of the law.
But no, does it contravene the law? And what does it say? It says who contravene the law? What does the law says? It's as simple as
that is what I'm saying. Say, no, yeah, and then say, or Danny assassinate the amobi no, and keso koba money.
And I say one more money,
one bar money, and run do. I'm running diwa. I say, but 20 years need a too harsh.
But some runs more time, and I'm by a man 3 years.
And I say,
and you see a money 15 to 25.
20 years no more the amount to me. Too much.
You want woman is saying your estimation.
Say this, sentence need too much.
Njankomunya is saying because I'm not that one woman I'm by a man.
And I make sure say,
Njankomunya 15 no.
15 no, they want to me as cultural demands, or your penny, or your penny, wafum. But sir, ibia yanine penny be kwa 20 years on this same, na obi dear, yam fanon konko jinam brano kurane dear, and when ye come.
The interior may be say in your estimation per the law I actually are to honor. Yeah. We have what we call sentencing guideline.
Or much no. Oh, Emrano o kokoje assassin one bar mania a different from Galamsey no. Won't to me wasn't convicted on Galamsey.
And yes, he
was convicted on the breach of article.
Yes, and the breach of article near the achino. And I maybe say the sentencing guideline now govern that act no. Yes, say ubreach act we are ubeko jail for less or see ya maukra 15 years, but the jail cannot give you more than 25 years. Until first no just 3 years. Until in this one no anka judge no between man be 2 years and 1 year. But in 2017 and I'm amended say no, the 3 years is not punitive enough. Until more they call 15, which is minimum, and at 25, which is maximum. And they say, "Emrano da honi enye emrano here." The emrano will just apply. And
me the mechanic say,
"Ben carry."
Say, almost one more appeal. Me boy. Yam shene we be kono, but I feel say in my own opinion, no, I think it's too harsh. Because one to me is a well-known person, is a well-known leader. And there was no evidence say no ye Galamsey. Samra Boya Mantana Kanyinano. It's not even about that. You see, kwa Dani assassin mobi a kobo minister na mani. One bo minister mani now do koja wasuchi ni metiasi oho. By mind this if one me kase won to me ya china so because of Galamsey. It wasn't because of Galamsey. And that is why I'm saying, sir, Minia Montana has not read the judgment. The conviction was based on the breach of the article now, okay, And but in my own opinion, I feel it's too harsh. To your best, sir, or share no money, but near Quaco Bay, me dear, or mine, ye chitre.